We used to call him Iggy's Pops. If you want to look into the bathroom, you can stare at Zappa if you want.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just saw, yeah. There's he's dead Zappa on the toilet.
That's funny. Wow, this is so cool.
Dude, I can't wait to do this. That's one of our, this has been our dream for a long time to do things like this.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
like our whole, like we had talked about years ago when we got a house, we'd have house bands and have them come over and stay, give them a plate, give them a shower, give them food.
Yeah,
That type of thing. We've always wanted to do stuff like that, man, to help these guys out.
definitely.
Yeah, man, I'm very big into the theatrics with shows too, man. I mean, I grew up on Kiss. That's I was a kid when that whole thing started off, man. So
Right.
the big bombs and lasers and
Exactly.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Bummer Ozzy, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
dude.
I mean, you knew it was near, you just
I
didn't
know.
know how near it was,
I know.
right? So one of my weirdest music moments ever was I was at a rally in Washington D.C. and it was the Jon Stewart rally.
Okay.
2008.
Yeah.
And Cat Stevens came out, and then Ozzy came out and started singing Crazy Train. And then the OJs came out and sang Love Train. And that just like,
Yeah. Dude, that's so cool, man.
some of my favorite, like, you know, later on, like Ozzy moments are when he like truly just leaned in and be like, you know, I'm a cultural icon at this point.
Yeah.
Did he have a new makeup line that he was
No, he had signed a contract with Affliction Shirts.
Okay, yeah.
And so
And they were,
the deal was
oh, that
they
makes
made-
sense. Okay, all right.
They made some special shirts, hats.
Yeah.
So I punished.
Desert heat and shattered moons.
My name is Kenny. My wife and I own everything you see here, the Doghouse Music Studios in Lafayette, Colorado. We're a 23 studio complex. We do rehearsals, recording, videography, shows, events, things like that.
Right on, dude. So tell us, I mean, how did this come about? What brought this dream into fruition?
Completely by accident. My wife and I had corporate jobs that we weren't quite into anymore, and we quit our jobs pretty much the same week. We gave ourselves a few months to figure out what we wanted to do next. I was looking for an office to maybe start a CPA firm because I was a tax accountant, because you know that's really cool and edgy. I saw this building for sale. It says comes with music studio, so it was kind of like looking at the dessert menu. It's like, well, we'll take a look. And then 6 months later, we figured out how to get an SBA loan, and we owned a music studio.
That's really cool. Did you guys ever dream that you would be doing that one day?
So like everybody else that went to college, I was in a band, and I really liked what I was doing. I liked being around music. I liked the scene. And then I got my first paycheck as an accountant, and I was like, oh, I can let my dreams die. And then 15 years later, this opportunity came up. So it was one of those things that had been buried beneath us. My wife also, her family ran a community theater for a number of years. So we were always wanting to be around the arts, and now we're happy to be in the arts.
That's cool. So Doghouse Music Studios, how did that name come about, as well as the end? Because you are known as Doghouse Studios, and also the end for the venue.
Yeah, so Doghouse started almost 22 years ago now by a guy named Gary, who wanted a place for people to be loud when the cops showed up to their basements or garages or wherever, they would just give them the business card for Doghouse. So that was really how it came to be. The name allegedly came from the fact that he was always in the doghouse with his wife. We changed it a bit because we love our dog, and we made our dog Babs the front and center of everything. So Doghouse is really an homage to her at this point. The end was this room that we're in right now had always been called the end because it's at the end of the hallway. When we took over the building, there was a Post-it note that said, I always forget the exact quote, but like, and in the end, the love you, the love you give, or the love you get is equal to the love you give. So I forget the exact quote, right? But we were like, all right, well, let's just keep calling it the end. So now our venue space is called the end. That's
really cool. So tell us a little bit about, you said you have 23 recording studios?
So it's 23 studios in the building. There's a lot of different ways that people use them. So 15 of our studios are what we call artist in residence spaces, where people rent it out by the month. It's like a membership model where they store their gear. It's where they do their writing, do their rehearsing. They can use our other rehearsing and recording studios as well, really just to be a member of the community. So that's what that membership is for. So that's 15 of those studios. Then we have a couple of rehearsal studios that are pretty much like a band in a box. You can come in, plug and play, have drum kits, have amps, have a PA, microphones, enough cables to probably put Guitar Center out of business, and yeah, just everything you need to succeed. And then what you're in right now is our venue space, which also doubles as our live room for our recording studio. So we have this whole wing is a live room, 2 ISO rooms, and a control room where you can do pretty much wherever you want from a recording standpoint.
And I remember when we were here last week, you were talking about you and your wife also have a festival that you guys run right here in Lafayette. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so this is going to be the 4th year of the Lafayette Music Fest. We are going to have 200 musicians across 8 stages. It's going to be everything from metal to hip hop to mariachi to funk, a little bit of everything. Singer-songwriters, dudes with the acoustic guitar. So no matter what genre of music you like, or if you're into music discovery and you want to look at different things, then the festival is going to be a great place for you to do so on Saturday, October 4th.
Heck yeah, and where is that going to be at?
It's going to be in this room. It's going to be at Sanitas Brewing, which is a block from here. It's going to be at Nisi's, which is also a block from here. It's going to be at the Muse, which is about 2 blocks from here. The bowling alley down the street, the Arts Hub, which is a community theater. So we have enough space for thousands and thousands of things.
That's really cool. And see, what I like about this a lot is that you guys are really wrapped up in the community. Yeah. Not only the community, but in the kind of independent DIY music scene, which we can definitely appreciate.
Yeah, we definitely see and continues to be this way, a missing middle of sorts. There's folks that learn to play guitar, play in their garages. There's folks that play Red Rocks and Bronco Stadium and Ball Arena. There's a lot of opportunity in the middle, and it's very difficult for someone to get from one place to the other if that's what they want to do. But we find that there's literally thousands of musicians in the Denver Metro, Boulder Metro, that love being part of this middle, being part of the community, playing to a couple hundred people instead of 20,000, right. Or playing at their favorite bars, recording songs that are very meaningful to them. However they define success, we want to be a part of that and help guide them to that success.
That's wonderful. That's absolutely lovely. And what was it that you were doing right before we came? You said you were teaching...
Oh yeah, we have a partnership with an organization called Imagine Colorado, and they provide services to folks that have intellectual and developmental disabilities. So we run weekly music lessons for those folks, and today it's a pretty sad day around Ozzy Osbourne. We're taking this, so we're playing a lot of Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Teaching, there's one of the folks is about 75 years old and was learning how to play Ozzy tunes on the guitar, and was a fun time.
That's wonderful. Let me ask you a question. I don't know maybe if you can answer this or not.
Sure.
But since you guys have established yourselves here,
Yeah.
what has been your favorite show to host in this room right here so far?
Oh man, that is a tough question. That's tougher than I thought you were going to ask. So there have been there was a band called Tres Leches that came in from Seattle and did a standing dive off of our Ampeg rig in front of like 50 folks. It was awesome. There were some crazy Halloween parties that we had here. We had a zombie prom here where everybody dressed up in their Saturday finest, all covered in blood, and we're showing horror movies in the background. We've recorded a number of albums here and have done a lot of release parties. Those are the most meaningful to me because we can see the entire process from the original idea of a song all the way to playing it in front of their friends and family. So those album release shows definitely, they hit pretty hard for me. We love working with School of Rock. The School of Rock shows are amazing. These kids can shred. They're like 12, 13 years old.
I know.
And they're playing like Polyphia and crazy math rock stuff. I love every time that they come in, whether it's like the little kids or like the adults. We did live streams during COVID with School of Rock where somebody's grandma would just be texting into us, be like, show more of Keegan! And I'm like, I have no idea who Keegan is, but maybe it's this kid on the bongos. I don't know. But yeah, all of these shows, it's really, I can't really peg a favorite. Just any time where we're able to see people truly be themselves on stage, that's worth more than all the money in the world for us.
Heck yeah, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
One more question too, man. Do you do actual, like you yourself, do you produce, do you do engineering for the bands?
I mean, there are people who are a lot smarter than me that work here. And if there's someone, like for instance, there's a jazz trio that wants to come in, I'm like, there's an engineer that works here that is not me, that's going to get them to their good sound. I do a lot of the logistical stuff around here. I help people dial in their rigs, get the right guitar tone. I help them with their in-ear monitor racks. I help them with like sound checks, making sure that they're ready to be at HQ or ready to be at the Fox or any of the other venues around here. That's pretty much my area of expertise. I can engineer. I do a lot of the live sound engineering around here just because I love to embrace the chaos that is live sound engineering, where you're putting things together right at the last second. I call it Doc Browning, like in Back to the Future, where like at the last second you're like, no, it worked. So that's really where I find myself thriving. I'm not someone that has a million years of experience or has the magic ears or anything like that, but we work with a whole community that does.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Super cool. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Paint my sky with purple fumes. You're the dream I can't erase.